Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Now, before I go into the main topic today about how to change your financial status for 2023, I need to say something to you. Last night, I got a call from a lady. She's a personal friend of mine and is also a very great fan of the advisor. Now, she said to me, she called me and she said, Mr. Advisor, listen, my man, you're only putting out two or three pieces of content every week. Why you just take so long to put out content? When I read one of your things, I can't wait to see another one. How comes you only put out that? Other bloggers around you are putting out two pieces of content a day. Sometimes three content a day I've seen. So you only putting out two or three a week. You need to step up your game, Mr. Advisor, because I can't wait so long to hear from you. So I had to say, my dear, I understand what you're saying. But there's a difference between those bloggers and I. And some of these people are people who I like. But if you notice, the best bloggers out there only put out two or three a week. Take, for example, Sir P from Politics Watch. And there are one or two others. But majority of them put out various contents every 5 minutes, basically. I mean, that's an exaggeration, but you understand what I mean. So what I said to her was, look, if you look at my content and compare my content to every single person out there, every other Jamaican bloggers, or whether they're blogging from Jamaica or from overseas, you will see one main difference. One of the main difference is that I do not comment on just current events. In other words, I don't do daily news. That's not what I do. I do things that are relevant going into the future. The topics I speak about are topics that would be relevant 50 years from now. You can go on and still refer back to everything. They are as genuine to real life now as then. And if my content would be current 50 years in the past, you can still use them for life references because what I give is quality. I do not try to just put out. I'm not a. I don't have just a line of, should I say, an assembly line where I just because other bloggers, hear what they do. They just go and just find some news content that somebody else did, and they just repeat it and make some off the cup remark, and they have done their work. That's it. Just go on somebody's go surf news channels, get something that somebody else did, and just repeat it, right? And then that's it. That's it. And they use the same background in 20, 30, 50 videos for 1 year. They're using one said background because they take no time to do what they're doing good or to even think through what they're doing. Me, on the other hand, first of all, I do my research. I get pen, I get paper. I make copies and I go online and then I cross-refer and cross-check everything. Then I take time, every single one of my thumbnails, just my thumbnails that people are just going to look at for a few seconds, I make sure do a fine piece of artwork on it. No two of my background videos are the same because I get different videos and I create all kind of scenery, design sceneries for every single video. Every single one. So no two look alike, and I don't just repeat a few second clip right through the video. If the video lasts 12 to 18, 15 minutes, just one little 5-minute clip looping behind it in every video and use that one background for 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 videos. No. Everything I do is unique. So because my client is a specific client, I'm catering for a specific group of people. who are very discerning and who needs quality. And therefore, I'm not going to give anybody quantity. Wait, good things come to those who wait. And I take my time. I make sure learned video editing just before creating this blog, so I know how to create my own videos. And being a graphic designer before, it's easy for me to create my own thumbnails from scratch, not using any template from anybody in the world, creating my own, adding my own colors, putting in my own logo and everything. That's why my thumbnails is the ultimate thumbnail on the internet. And they're so unique, no two look alike, and so on. So, lady, and I will say this unto all of my faithful and loyal supporters and all my fans out there, I'm telling you, for the time being, you will not see more than this. I know I might not be getting the number of views that I need, but that's not what. It's about being a professional and being a perfectionist. And the advisor is a perfectionist. So this is what you're going to get going forward. So that's it. Yeah, I hope you understand and take time with me. As soon as I give up my day job and this can pay me, I may spend more time doing this. Yeah, because another thing to understand, is that we bloggers, we work alone. We work alone. And therefore, when you work alone, you have to gather all your information yourself and do everything yourself. So because I'm doing everything myself, plus maintaining my day job, it takes a lot of time. So bear with me. And by the time I start earning from this, I may stick to it alone and give you more content. All right? Thank you for listening. Now, let us get into what I want to say to empower you for the next year, for the next 12 months. Because as I say, knowledge is power. And it's about giving you power. So, how to change your financial status positively for 2023? Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you is, please stop eating at restaurants more than you have to. I know sometimes you're on the road and you have to get something to eat, fine. But if you're working in an environment where you can take your lunch, if you can pack some of your dinner and take it to work and heat it up in a microwave or whatever, believe me, those little $1,000 a day that you save $5,000 or $6,000 a week. That goes a far way. Just cook enough and take some to work every single day, and believe me, those monies add up. Stop eating so much fast food. And I'm not talking about the health. This is about your financial health now. Although there's other benefits, but we're not even going into that. Eat more at home. Even when you're not at work, eat more at home, right? That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is credit cards. Now, I'm going to tell you, credit cards is a debt trap. DEBT trap. And that is if you don't know what you're doing. Credit card can lead you to be in a total life of poverty. And to escape that, credit card in that of itself is not a bad thing, It's how you use it. Now, how do you use credit card? And people have got to understand this. When you have a credit card, it is to allow you to use the bank's money to your purpose, and using it to your purpose and paying it back within 30 days. And once you pay it back in full, before that 30-day limit, or it's 28 days, I don't even remember right now. Once you pay it back, you pay no interest whatsoever. No interest. So in other words, as long you can borrow the bank money, which is on the credit card, you can borrow that money. Once you spend it, it's the bank's money using, not yours. Once you pay it back, before the due date, by the due date, you pay no interest. You can always be using the bank's money. And that is what I've always been doing. And you know how I managed to do that? First of all, do not use your credit card to go on dates. No. Do not ever buy lunch with your credit card. In other words, you don't take it to KFC. You don't treat anybody's lunch on your credit card. No fast food goes on the credit card. You don't have no money, wait till you reach home, you eat, or you reach back to your office or back to location. Do not use credit card for food. Unless you're buying groceries for the home, then yes, you can go to the supermarket. Yes. And then pay it back. And another rule, do not spend more on your credit card than what you can pay back at the end of the month. Don't do it. Don't do it. Suppose I tell you this. I've been using credit cards since about 1988. And from 1988 till now, to this blessed day, is only once in my life I have ever used my credit card in a fast food restaurant. From 1988 to now, about what? That's what, 35 years or more? Never. And it's just an occasion where I left my wallet, left my money at home and didn't have it. And I was already in the restaurant. And my son, I was with me. And I just couldn't bother to turn back and drive, go back to my office for the money that I was going to spend. I was already in the line. So I just used a credit card at that time. But this was, and that only happened to me once in my life. So that's how disciplined I am when it comes to credit cards. As a matter of fact, the main reason that I use credit card and what I would recommend for anybody is to use your credit card for business. If you are not, for example, I run a business. When I'm buying something that I know I am going to be using to make some money, before the 30 days up, because if the 30 days going to up and catch me still holding that stock, me not bothering to buy it. So in other words, I buy the thing mostly when somebody already ordered it. So I know when I get that piece of merchandise, I just go collect the money and have it already to pay the credit card even before. So I take the bank money and I use it to earn money for myself and then give back the bank for them own. So at all times, I don't pay no interest. And I earn money by using the bank's money. I use the bank's money. That's what credit card is for. That's how you empower yourself. So once you're living within your means, you will never have to be in debt to any bank or to pay those enormous fees that credit cards offer, right? And okay. And 3, talking about debt. Another thing you've got to understand about debt is that we always taking out loans. If it's not like DEATH or severe sickness or what, do not bother to take out loans. Most loans, well, if you're buying a car, I understand. Because there are things you will need and you will need a car for, or some other, you're buying a piece of equipment for your business. Because always think when you have the credit card or taking out the loan, what am I taking this out for? If the loan you're taking out is not going to make you money, in other words, if you're not buying a piece of tool or equipment that's going to turn over money and make you more money, do not spend, do not use the credit card. What you need to do is always be using the bank's money to empower yourself, to make more money for yourself, and then give them back theirs without no interest, and that is what pushes you forward. And that is something to understand. Yes, and I was saying now about loans. When it comes to loans, if you can avoid taking out loans, don't. In other words, I know people who take out loan to go to some big dream fest down by Negril, rent hotel rooms and to get big this and big that and palav on a loan. Yes, but never do that. You take out loan to fix your to either earn money using that loan to empower yourself with better tools or better equipment or that sort of thing, something that can push you forward, or who can make your home environment better. You need a 52-inch plasma TV or LCD TV. Fine, maybe you can take out a loan, or maybe you go to a furniture store and do that. However, the best thing to do is not even to take out a loan for that. If it's not something vital, for example, you go to Courts and you see a lovely, or whichever furniture store, you see a lovely TV that you like. Say you see this big TV, you want to show off with your friend them. Fine. Here's what you do. Don't go and trust that TV, because if that TV costs, say, well, $70,000, let's say 70,000, over, you will normally pay for it over 2 years, because you would pay less from your salary per month if you take it out for 2 years. But that $70,000 is going to turn out to be $110,000 by the end of that 2 years. 110. That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. If you want the TV, or you have a TV in mind, let us use the TV for example, and let us go through this slowly. You have a TV, you want that 52-inch plasma. Say it costs $70,000. Here is what you're going to do. Don't get it now. You already have a smaller TV in the house. You can wait a year. Here is what you do. Go to a financial institution. You're gonna wait on that TV. Trust me, you're empowering yourself now. Go get a partner plan. Don't take out the partner plan with Miss Lady down the road. Them can run away. Them can dead. And it is lost. Take it out with a financial institution which protects you with the JDIC. You will get your money back, even if the bank fails. You have insurance. The government backs you there. You will get your money back. Walking. Oh, I think Jamaica National, I don't know if it still does, but if you take out a loan with them for 3 months, take out a partner plan with them for 3 months, lasting for 3 months, I think you get half a hand, half of the weekly or monthly throw you get. If you take out with JN, that's how it used to be. If you take it out for 6 months, you get 1 full hand extra on your money. And if you take it out for a year, you get 2 extra hand on your money. I know that's how JN used to be. I don't know if it still is, but check it out. So when you throw the partner with like Jamaica National, no, I don't represent Jamaica National, no. But I'm here to empower you, and if I know something good, I'm going to tell you about it. No, that's how it used to be. Check it out to be sure if it's still like that. Then what you do, when you throw for 1 year, you don't have to, if you throw with Miss Matty down the road, you have to give her a hand or 2 out of your money, because she need that for her time, that's the service she's providing you. Here now, if you are throwing it with, for example, JN, and some other institution does this too, but do your due diligence, check it out. Imagine you throw your partner and them give you money on top of what you throw. Now, look at it. Say you borrow $50,000 to go buy some piece of furniture, maybe a washing machine, right? But you have a little old one, rickety, that's going now, but you know it's going, but you want a new washing machine. If you can avoid buying the washing machine now, all you have to do is to take out a loan, take up because if you pay $50,000 for a washing machine, you're going to end up paying $80,000, and you are hooked into that for 18 months to 2 years. Now, if you are throwing, say, well, $8,000 a month for that, which is $2,000 a week. for a partner, right? Now, at the end of 6 months, you will be getting 48,000 plus an extra hand on your money, right? So it's 50 odd thousand. In that 6 months, you can go take out the washing machine and you don't owe nobody nothing. And courts don't live take an extra 20 or $30,000 out of your money. You have just empowered yourself. Your money is guaranteed. Nobody can run away with your money. You get more money on top of your money. And even if you don't, you're with an institution that you don't get more money on top of it, you're still better off because you don't going into a 2-year contract that you are sod for pay and sod for pay and sod for pay. Because you'll be paying more than that 8,000 a month anyway. And at least when you're finished with this, and it builds up your credit score. So here is that's what you do. Now, fourth thing, banking. Now, bank charges are very high. Bank charges in Jamaica are extremely extortionate, especially two banks, and I'm going to call them out now. NCB and Scotiabank, two of the most thievinest institutions on the face of planet Earth. Let's make that clear. Everybody know that. Everybody don't know, even those who are with them every day. Now, I suggest if you want to save money, go to banks that have a lower interest rate. And the financial institutions nowadays that have the lowest interest rates are the credit unions. All the credit unions have low interest rate. Anyone. They're all lower than banks. I don't know if JN, having become a bank now, if it has stepped up its rates, and I suppose it has, because it has certain banking parameters that it has to meet, because it's now a bank. So there's a certain legal constraints and restrictions that it needs to have. But I don't know if it includes a minimum rate it can charge. But you can check that out yourself. Only call and ask. But what you do, the thievinest bank, as I said, is NCB and Scotia. If you can avoid those two banks, avoid them. Full stop. If you can even end your relationship with those two banks, all the better. Now, I can't tell you which banks, but hold on, another thing. Out of those two banks, if you have to choose one, out of those two bloodsuckers, choose Scotia. At least they have the most ATM machines across the island, and their ATMs are the most flexible on earth. So it gives you an edge over NCB, which NCB ATM machines are the worst on the entire planet. Okay, now let's move on. So which would be the best bank I would suggest you join? I would suggest, in terms of commercial banks, I would suggest First Caribbean, or my favorite best, First Global. They have the lowest interest rates and they have some of the best services on earth, equal to any bank on the planet. So First Global, First Caribbean, those two. Here are the advantages of First Global and First Caribbean. They have less clients and therefore the lines are very short. But let me tell you the advantage: you will never go into a First Global bank and you'll see more than, maybe, I've never been into a First Global bank and see more than 7 or 8 people in a line. Sometimes you go there on a Monday morning and there's 1 or 2 persons in a line. I've seen that on countless occasions. And your First Global Visa card or MasterCard can be using any ATM that has the Cyrus sign or switch sign. So you don't need to worry. Those are good banks and their interest rates are very low. No, I'm not getting any payment from these two banks either. They don't even know I'm saying this, but I'm saying this to empower my people. I want you to be empowered for 2023. So let me continue here. The next, and Even though I gave you the worst bank, and I gave you the worst of the worst two, and the better of the two worst ones. Now I'm going to give you the better of the two best ones. I would give First Global the edge over First Caribbean. And here's the reason why I say that. First Caribbean Bank is owned by Grace Kennedy Limited. And Grace Kennedy is one of the multi-billion-dollar corporations on earth. They don't make the majority of their money from banking. They make very little from banking. That's not really the emphasis. They are producers of foods, and they earn their money worldwide from food. The reason why they even have a bank is so that they can turn over their billions of dollars in their own bank, because they were paying too much fees otherwise. That's how First Caribbean Bank came about. So you don't have to worry about them trying to squeeze out every last dollar out of you, because the main reason, I think, for the existence of First Caribbean Bank is so they can have somewhere to keep their own money, because they have so much of it. Grace Kennedy Limited. You understand me? So you don't have to worry about Grace Kennedy, about First Caribbean Bank. They got your back. Yes, and as I repeat, they are not paying me for this. ATM, the worst, the highest bank charges in Jamaica are at ATM. So do not go to ATMs that are owned by NCB. They have the highest charges, and they have the oldest machines, which are least versatile. So every single transaction you want, you have to put back your card in to do each one. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, you can't decide how much money or in what denomination it want. For example, if you go to an NCB ATM and you want $5,000, if once you click 5,000, it's gonna push out one single 5,000. You have no option. Gonna put out a $5,000 bill, one 5,000. So if it's a bus fare you wanted to go home, you're going to have to run around even at middle night, try to find somebody to or buy something out of it to get change, because you have no option. So if you want 5,000 from an NCB ATM, you're gonna have to put in your card and take 4,000 or less and make it charge you one time, and then you put back the card in and take the others to make up the 5,000 and get charged a second time. Because if you put in one time and ask for 5, you're getting a solid 5, and you don't have the option of choosing smaller denominations. So NCB ATM machines, not the one for you. Another way to save money is leave lotto alone. Leave lotto alone. I know everybody like to dream, so do I. I love to dream. But your dreams must be based on reality. If your hopes and dreams and aspirations must be based on reality. The chances of winning the lotto anywhere in the world is 300 million to 1. So in other words, for every 300 million people who buy the lottery, only one gonna win after 6 months. What are your chances of winning? You're going to have, based on these odds, you're going to have to live 1,874 years before you have a 1 in 30 chance of winning. You understand that? So, it's good to dream, it's good to buy a ticket now and again, but believe me, do not get yourself in this idea that you're going to get lucky. Luck not happen so. The only person who gets luck in a lotto is the person who runs the lotto. For them, luck come in every day, because they are the only ones who do not take any chances. They are just taking a risk, and they are taking calculated risk. It's just like when you're playing bingo. The only person who does not lose is the person who run the house, who have the house, who control the pot. Because him draw less from out of the pot. Therefore, no matter who win or lose out there, him draw him less from you put on your bet. The casino takes its money. Right? So those person takes risk, you're there taking a chance. And there's a big difference between a risk and a chance. Now, I hope you understand me. I'm not saying you can't do a little thing now and again, but don't think that is gonna happen. If you put a money there and it does, you do win, fine. But it's good to dream. But do not bank your life and waste your money on that, thinking that yes, it's a sure shot. This is the time it's gonna happen. You're going to live in hopes, and as Mutty Perkins used to say, you will die in constant spring. Right? Now, those are some little tidbits on how you can improve your life in 2023. So now, listen to me now. Say, for example, and the first thing I would advise you to do, this is January. If you have your mind set on that 72-inch LCD TV for Christmas 2023, here is what you are going to do. Just don't no TV costs around $70,000. About $70,000. Now think about it. If you go into a financial institution, just for example, you go into a financial institution this January and you put $6,000, you make a commitment to put $6,000 a month away between now and December. $6,000 a month. Right? So that's $150 a week. $1,500 a week. By Christmas, 6/12/72. By December, you have enough for the TV and the $2,000 if you drop it at your yard. 70,000 for the TV, and you still have 2,000 to drop it at your yard. And if you go now, say you do this before by January 15th, is it true? What you have to do by December 15th, you can draw the money, and you still have a week, 10 days before Christmas to go pick up your TV and drop it home and show off on your friend them. And it doesn't cost you anything, because think of the money that you're spending on a loan today. Think of the money you are spending on a loan. And you are spending maybe $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 on a $50,000 loan now. And so if you can be spending $12,000 on a loan now, $12,000 a month or $18,000 a month, think of how much it would be less if you just putting $6,000 away and you pay no interest, and you may be getting money on top of your money, depends on which institution. Think about that. Just some things to empower you and just let you have a better future. Financial empowerment, I'm about, and this is about wisdom. Now, last but not least, and I'm going to leave you with this, and some of you are going to be in denial about this one. This is very controversial now. Remember our big up Grace Kennedy for having First Caribbean Bank? Now I'm going to say this. One of the things right now that you can save money and be more economically strong and financially strong is by not buying Grace products. Grace products are mediocre quality and they are the most expensive. This is a fact. Why you buy Grace? Because you did so no mother buy it. Why your mother buy it? Because she see your granny buy it. Why your granny buy it? Because she did see her great granny buy it. And nobody stopped to think, why are we doing this thing? It's just family sick. Or am I at a stage where I can do my research on the internet? I can compare different brands, buy all different brands, and find out which one actually is better. No. Me blind my eye, I hit my mother do, so I do it. And that is one of the things that soak us up, because we don't stop to think about things. We just do it because it's family tradition. Yeah? Really? Think about it. I know a lot of you will be in denial and say, no, nothing can go so. Me know Grace are the best. No, May I call out good people and may I call out bad people. I'm calling out good institutions and I'm gonna call out bad institutions. Sorry for who don't like it. But don't just throw these words that I'm saying there and it's because me say Grace is not the best products. Do your research. Buy different brands and open the tins and look inside them. The best things, but to be frank though, let me give you one good thing where Grace make: tropical rhythms. Tropical rhythms, very good. I don't know what else I can say for the every other Grace product where Grace put out, but we will know in time. Thank you guys for listening. And if there's any other product that you think I should be doing research on, or that you want me to put in a blog, whether it's good or bad, sound me up. Let me do my research and I'll bring it to you. Thank you guys for listening. And like, share this with your friends. And I see you in my next video.